Welcome to day 48 of the low-level design course, and congratulations on reaching this pivotal moment, the Capstone project kickoff. Today we begin a critical phase of this course where we will get to apply everything we have learned up to this point. You have gained a strong foundation in object-oriented programming, design principles, design patterns, and UML diagrams, and now it's time to bring all that knowledge together to create a professional real-world project. This capstone project will be the centerpiece of your portfolio, showcasing your ability to design a system from scratch, solve complex problems, and build scalable, maintainable architectures. Today, we kickstart your journey into a real world design scenario. Capstone projects are the culmination of your learning experience. They are designed not only to challenge you, but also to give you the opportunity to put all the theory into practice. Through this project, you will apply everything you have learned so far, including object-oriented programming principles, solid principles, design patterns, UML diagrams, and other core concepts of low-level design. A capstone project provides a platform where you can experiment, make design decisions, and adapt to changes, just as you would in the real world. It's an excellent opportunity to create something you can proudly showcase to potential employers or clients. Your goal is to design a system that is not only functional but also clean, scalable, and extensible. So, what exactly is expected of you during this capstone project? First and foremost, you will need to submit a requirement analysis document. This is the foundation of your design, where you will outline the problem statement, the functional and non-functional requirements, and any initial assumptions you are making. It's crucial to clarify this upfront to prevent any misunderstandings or scope creep later in the project. Alongside this, you will need to create class, sequence, and activity diagrams that capture the system's architecture, flow of information, and interaction between components. Think of these diagrams as blueprints. They help everyone understand how the system will function and how different parts of it will communicate. In addition, you will break down your design into modules, identify areas where design patterns can be applied, and define your error handling strategy. Lastly, you will need to explain how your system will be scalable and extensible to ensure that it grow and adapt in the future. Now let's talk about the projects. You have a variety of exciting project ideas to choose from. These projects span multiple domains, so you can pick one that interests you the most. Some examples include building a social media platform like Twitter, creating a scalable chat system like WhatsApp, or designing an online food ordering platform. You could also work on stock trading system, a learning management system, or even an online multiplayer game. We have provided these examples, but don't feel limited to them. If you have a project idea of your own, something you are passionate about, feel free to propose it. However, make sure it aligns with the course goals and is achievable within the given time frame. Remember, the complexity of your project should match the time and effort you can commit. Once you are selected your project idea, you will need to get it approved by your instructor to ensure it's feasible. You have the option to either work individually or in small teams of 2 to 3 people. If you decide to work in a team, it's essential to establish clear ownership of different modules and components from the outset. You will need to decide who is responsible for what part of the project, ensuring that each team member contributes to the overall design. Even if you are working in a team, you must fully understand the entire design and be able to explain every part of it, as each member will be assessed on their individual contributions. This minors how things work in real world software development teams. Everyone collaborates, but each individual is held accountable for their specific work. It's crucial to strike a balance between teamwork and personal responsibility. Once you have decided on a project, the next step is to get it officially approved. This ensures that your project idea is both feasible and aligns with the objectives of this course. If you are working with one of the provided project ideas, it's a good idea to have a quick discussion with your instructor to ensure everything is clear. However, if you have proposed your own project idea, make sure to validate its feasibility. Is the scope manageable? Can it be completed within the course timeframe? Is it complex enough to demonstrate your skills in low-level design? Once you have confirmed these details with your instructor, you can proceed with the next steps in your design process. This early validation is important to avoid any surprises later. Today we are diving into a brainstorming session. This is a critical first step where you will start identifying the key modules and components of your system. Think about the high level architecture of your system. What are the major entities or classes you will need, and how will they interact? Start with the broad scopes and gradually refine the details. This is also the time to document any initial assumptions you have. For example, if you are building a social media platform, you might assume that each user has a profile or that posts can be liked or shared. Write down these assumptions and revisit them later as you refine your design. Along with that, start sketching out user workflows. How will a user interact with the system? What actions will they take? And what outcomes do you expect? The goal today is to create a roadmap for your project. So think big, then narrow it down step by step. After today's brainstorming session, your first deliverable will be due by day 49, the requirement analysis document. This is your first milestone and it's important to get it right. The document should include a detailed problem statement outlining what your system aims to achieve. Next, specify the functional requirements. What features should your system support? And the non-functional requirements, things like scalability, performance, and security. Don't forget to note any assumptions you are making about the system. Finally, include a high-level overview of the user's workflows. What are the primary user actions and how do they interact with the system? This document serves as the foundation for the rest of your design process, so take your time to craft a solid and clear analysis. To ensure your success with this Capstone project, keep these tips in mind. First, always think from the user's perspective. Put yourself in the shoes of your end users and design with their needs in mind. This will help you create an intuitive and user-friendly system. Start your design simple and clear. Don't overcomplicate things in the beginning. A clean, well-organized design is always better than a complex, convoluted one. Early on, focus on identifying and handling edge cases, situations where your system might fail or behave unexpectedly. It's far easier to design for failure than to fix issues later. If something seems unclear or ambiguous, don't hesitate to ask questions. Clarifying requirements early on will save you headaches later. Lastly, it's essential to strike a balance between depth and breadth. Your design should be detailed but not overly focused on one area to the detriment of the rest of the system. Alright, it's time to get started. Today, your action items are clear. Choose a project, either one of the provided ideas or something you have proposed yourself. You can choose to work solo or in a team, but whatever you decide, make sure everyone is clear on their responsibilities. Start sketching your rough design and documenting your ideas. By the end of the day, lock in your project idea and be ready to discuss it with your instructor. This is your opportunity to create something meaningful and impactful, and I am confident you will produce amazing work. Good luck and let's make this Capstone project a huge success. Thank you for your attention.